Okay, so tonight we're going to be making smothered pork chops. However, instead of pork chops, I'm going to be using pork short ribs because that's the kind of pork that I have. I think you can use any kind of pork with this recipe. First thing you're going to want to do, you already know, is you're going to want to get your crock pot cover bag. And then I have a package, and I'm really upset. I meant to thaw these out last night, but these are just country style pork ribs. There we go. Alright. Okay, so since these are frozen, I am going to start off cooking them on high. So next you're going to want to add a can of cream of celery, a can of cream of potato, and a can of broccoli and cheddar. Now, the original recipe is a family recipe, a family size recipe, I guess you could say. But since just me and my husband will be the only ones eating this probably, I just cut the recipe in half. So that's the potato, this is the broccoli. I've never tried this recipe before. I actually saw it on Missy's video from The Welder's Wife, and I thought it looked really good. And definitely some good old southern comfort food, which, you know how fall is, it always brings that out in you. Alright, so that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it and forget it. So that is what it looks like now that it's all done. And I'm going to make some brown rice and some broccoli, and I'll show you guys the finished product. Alright guys, so like I said, I put down a bed of rice, put the mixture on top. I kind of shredded up the pork and then paired it with some broccoli. And that, my friends, is what's for dinner. Okay, so tonight for our dump and go dinner, I'm going to be making creamy crock pot Italian chicken. This is super simple. And I'm also going to be halving the recipe. The normal recipe calls for 4 pieces of chicken, but since it's just 2 adults and a baby over here, we're going to be halving the recipe. Ugh. And our son, like, we always serve him whatever we're having, within reason, of course. Like, if it's something spicy, we don't, but... And then, if he does not eat it after sitting with it for the entire dinner, then we will offer him something else. So for us right now, it just doesn't make sense to make 3 servings of whatever, or make an extra serving of whatever. So do whatever is convenient for your family. If your kids eat everything that you serve, or you have older kids, definitely stick with the original recipe, which is 4 chicken breasts. Like I said, I'm only going to be doing 2 chicken breasts. So the next thing you want to do is, the original recipe calls for 1 whole can of cream of chicken soup. I'm going to be doing the low sodium 1 can. Then you're going to want to add in about half a package of Italian seasoning. And then my favorite part, oh my god, you're going to add half a package of cream cheese. Like I said, if you're doing the original recipe, definitely add the whole package. And yes, this is called a dump and go recipe because the majority of the recipe you are going to be setting and forgetting. But you are, much like last night's recipe, you're going to have to cook something. I mean, you don't have to. You can definitely eat it, you know, as is. But you're going to want to serve it with, you're going to want to serve it with something. So in this recipe, it wants you to serve it with either egg noodles or rotini noodles. We're going to be using vegetable rotini. And I'm sure you could add it to the crock pot, like after a few hours. But I'm just going to make it later on. And I'm just cubing this up. You can definitely just dump it all in there. Okay, so that's half a package of cream cheese. And now what you're going to do is you're going to set it on low for 6 to 8 hours. Or you can put it on high for 4 to 6, whatever your preference is. Okay. So, that's what it looks like right now. So I'm just gonna want to mix everything together. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just want to shred it, mix it all up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on warm. And I'm going to go ahead and cook the pasta. Okay. So now the pasta is done. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the rotini. So now I'm going to stir everything together. Just going to stir everything together. Make sure all the pasta gets coated. Alright, so it's all stirred and I will show you guys once I plate it. Alright guys, so this is the finished product. Just topped it with some Parmesan cheese. And that's what's for dinner. Okay, so tonight's dump and go dinner is going to be something that is called peanut ginger chicken. So this one is a little bit more in depth than the other ones, I think, but not too bad. So basically what you're going to need is you're going to need 2 chicken breasts. 2 chicken breasts. You're going to need half a cup of peanut butter. And you know me, I'm not really going to measure it. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay. Then you're going to need 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And I am going to be using low sodium soy sauce, which I always do anyway. Alright, just kind of dump that on top of everything. Next, you're going to need 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So 1/4 cup of brown sugar. You're going to need some ground ginger. You can also use like minced ginger. Whatever you have on hand. So you're going to need 2 teaspoons of that. 1. And 2. Next, you're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of sesame oil. This stuff is really strong, so I really recommend I definitely recommend following the instructions on that one. Next, you're going to need a package of green beans. You're not going to need to use the whole package, just about half. So this package is a 12-ounce package, so I'm going to be using half of that. I'm just going to dump those right on top of everything. And you're going to want to cook this on low. Next, you're going to need a shredded carrots or julienne carrots. And this is a 10-ounce package, and you're going to probably use like 1/3 of that. Hope you guys can see this. Sorry, it's a little dark over in this corner of my kitchen. And then you're going to want to get some potatoes. Ooh, some potatoes of your choice. Today I'm going to be using the Baby Dutch yellow potatoes. The recipe definitely calls for baby potatoes, so make sure you can get baby red or baby gold or whichever your little heart desires. I would say probably half a bag of these, and you're going to chop them in half. Okay. Okay, so now you're going to want to put your lid on, of course, and you're going to want to cook this on low for at least 6 hours. And I recommend, if you're able to, if you're home or if you're able to run home, about halfway through to stir everything around. That way that ginger peanut mixture coats all of the chicken and the vegetables and just gives it that really delicious coated savory flavor. Alright, so I'll check back in about 6 to 8 hours. So it looks like the green beans are pretty wilted and soggy. So I guess that's supposed to be how it looks. Not really sure, but let's shred up the chicken, I guess. I'm just going to use this to shred up the chicken. It smells pretty good. Try not to smush the potatoes. I've never made this before. Let me just throw that out there. Alright. I think it's done. It's definitely done. Whoops, I just smushed a potato instead of the chicken. Alright. So I'm going to stir everything up just to kind of make sure everything is coated in the sauce. Okay guys, so this is the finished product. I'm gonna be real, it looks gross. It smells kind of bad. This ain't the prettiest thing I've ever made, but hopefully it tastes good. I'm gonna come back with an update after I eat and let you guys know what the deal is. Okay guys, so as you can see, I pretty much ate everything. Except for the potatoes. I don't even know why they would want to put potatoes in an Asian dish. I mean, I'm not Asian, so I can't really speak on the culture and potatoes, but I've never in my life seen any kind of potato in any kind of Asian dish. So I would recommend not putting the potatoes in there. Also, I would recommend cooking it the least amount of time as possible. I cooked it for about 8 hours and the green beans were burnt. I cooked it on low. The green beans were pretty much burnt. For the most part, they tasted fine, but you could definitely tell once you got it in your mouth that it was burnt. The taste of it and the texture of it was burnt. Maybe add them later if you can. Maybe that would help with that situation. But as far as the chicken and the flavor of the sauce, it was very good, very tasty. If you like peanut sauce, I would definitely recommend this. So if I do make this again in the future, I will add the carrots and the green beans later. I will completely nix the potatoes all together, and I will cook it for 6 hours on low. So there you have it, folks. Okay. So for tonight's dump and go dinner, okay guys, so tonight's dump and go recipe, is going to be chicken and gravy. This is so simple, so easy. I definitely recommend, like, if you're running late one morning and you laid out some chicken, or you didn't lay out some chicken, or whatever the case is, I definitely recommend this recipe. It's very quick, very simple, very easy, and delicious. Okay, so what you're going to need to start out are 2 chicken breasts. Again, you can double this recipe if you are a larger family. So 2 chicken breasts. You're going to need 1 can of cream of chicken soup, which I wish they would make it without the chicken, because that just grosses me out. Next, you're going to use a package of chicken gravy mix. You can use any kind of brand you want. I just grabbed the Great Value brand. Sprinkle that on top of everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of this can, fill it with water, and pour it just around all of that. And then you're going to want to just top everything with some black pepper. And this is to your taste, of course. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir around that gravy packet a little better so the powder mixes a little bit with the liquid. And if you can hear Halloween music in the background, we are having a Halloween jam session this morning. And I'm going to add a little bit more black pepper. And then you're going to want to cook that on low for about 6 hours. And I will show you guys the finished product. Okay, let's check out, see what we got going on in here. Alright. So I'm going to shred up the chicken. That looks pretty good. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. I made some homemade mashed potatoes and paired this with some green beans, but you can definitely eat this on its own. Or you can make the green beans and the potatoes in the mixture, or you can put it over rice, whatever. Dump and go. There it is. That's what's for dinner. And I got my hard seltzer.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. Catch y'all in my next one. Bye!